Hey everybody, welcome to etrailer.com. I'm Bobby, and today we're taking a look at the Coghlans Camping Broiler Basket, or the Coghlans Deluxe Broiler. And this is going to be a nice little way of just going ahead and giving yourself, of course, a broiler to go ahead and make sure that you have no trouble cooking your steaks, your hamburgers, your hot dogs, whatever you guys might be taking with you on your camping experience. So give me a nice little way, of course. If you guys have a fire, just go ahead and set up. That way you can cook your food no matter where you go. So that's going to be awesome for ourselves. Now it is going to be made of a chrome plate design, so that means it will be corrosion resistant as well. Of course, it does have some nickel and probably some steel on the underside of it as well. So one thing I will say with that, with the chrome, make sure you're trying to treat it well. It can be kind of easy to go ahead and scratch this guy up, and then that starts kind of breaking off this chrome, making it not so good. And of course, that kind of hurts your corrosion resistance as well, but also just doesn't be looking as good, of course. And if you treat it well, it'll hopefully last you guys for a while. So one thing I will be saying though, a lot of us probably gonna be setting this down, kind of get it propped up, waiting there for it to cook. So innately, you're probably gonna have some scratches. So just servicing it as you go to, making sure you're cleaning it off, drying it, storing it in the right place is gonna make this last for the seasons to come. I know it's pretty easy, if you're like me, just to go ahead and leave your grill stuff just getting gross, but it can be really nice. So we don't have to go ahead and grab ourselves another one. This guy can last us for the seasons to come if we are treating it well. So keep that in mind. It does feature a locking handle here, which is excellent to make sure our food stays nice and secure. One thing I really like about this guy though, it actually is able to extend. So in this position, pretty small, right? You're working about 19 inches in total here. But as you guys can see here today, we actually can bring these handles out. So it's kind of easy to do. All you gotta do, pinch in these arms right here. It's gonna go ahead and allow these brackets to kind of let go of it. And as you guys can see, that gives you a lot more. Let's go ahead and actually see what that extension is. So that puts you at about, let me go ahead and give you guys that, just to give you guys the look here. About 17.5 inches there on that handle extension. Now that's gonna be awesome. Of course, before that, we were probably really close to that fire. So now you guys can see, and go ahead, get that extended away from me, get that broiling nice and easy. And of course, with our locking handle in place, all we gotta do is simply slot that guy down there. It's gonna go ahead and stay nice and secure, even if I'm only holding on to the one end here. You can see, wants to go a little bit there, but not too bad, which is great. So that locking handle actually works pretty well. I was like, man, is that gonna be gimmicky? Is that gonna not sit right? But it does a decent job. I like where it's holding on there. And of course, that allows those hinges just to go ahead down and clamp on our burgers and stuff. So you are just actually not too limited on space with that maneuver too. Before that, I was like, man, that seems like you're taking up half your grill with that handle. So nice that we're not actually gonna be having that be an issue here. As you guys can see now today, we can go ahead and open this guy up. That's gonna go ahead and allow us to have these 3 tiers here for ourselves to get most of our goods in there. So you're looking at about 2 burgers per section here. So that's about 6 burgers or so, which is gonna be great. Now these inner guys here, they look to be smaller in that overall length here for ourselves. So that's about 3.5, while you got about 4.5 on the other side. So these middle elements aren't gonna be as long. So your 3/4 pound burger here, or your regular burger size, about 4-inch diameter, might have a harder time kind of fitting these middle guys. Now that's gonna be excellent for your hot dogs maybe. And kind of talking about what you're trying to fit in here, maybe 6 burgers at a time, for sure 4. You're for sure gonna get 2 here on these side. These little guys just seem a little smaller in my opinion for most of your standard size burgers. Gonna be excellent for hot dogs, brats, and anything else that you can go ahead and throw in there too, which is great. So we'll kind of break down here our dimensions just in a little bit, but you do got about 1 inch of thickness for this guy as well when you are trying to clamp it on. Now of course you can probably go a little bit bigger. These hinge elements allow for that. However, the bigger spacing you have there, the easier it is going to be for your food to fall out. So that is something to definitely kind of watch out for when you are trying to load up all the goods on this guy. So like I said, got a little bit of a limited space here. However, still kind of beats just getting a whole grill out. Makes it really easy just to go ahead, throw this on the fire. And I really do like this extension because it comes really easy to set this, prop this anywhere, and just get it nice and set. And then we don't have any issues of actually holding it there, getting it prepped and taking it off. It's gonna take no time. One thing I like about it too, you might find yourself, we have a little grill that we've used these guys on before, and it's great, right? You have the fire underneath, it cooks it great. However, sometimes it can be a pain. That flame really starts roiling, and that grease starts falling, can really start going. So this is gonna be excellent to go ahead, just grab that guy off, douse it a little bit, then put them right back on, get back to cooking in no time. So that's gonna be nice. Makes it a little bit more convenient when cooking on a fire. Little things definitely do help and they go a long way, which is definitely excellent for ourselves. But let's go ahead and start breaking down our dimensions here for ourselves, guys. Let me go ahead and give you guys just a little closer look here. So overall, our width here today is going to be putting us right around 13.5 inches for our max width. Now on the inside, that puts you about 13 inches before your pinch starts happening, just so you guys have a good idea of what you're working with. And for our height here today, or our length, is going to be putting us right around 9 inches at max, which puts you about 8.5 inches for your inside there to go ahead and start fitting in your hot dogs, burgers, whatever else you might have. And then of course, like we said, you have about an inch of thickness here. Like I said, you could probably widen that out just a little bit. Just keep in mind though, you do have these little pinch points that you actually do want holding on there so that we don't have our food falling out anytime soon, which is great. And then for our overall length here today, guys, we are working with this fully extended right around 27 inches or so. So one thing I'll say to that, when it is collapsed, you're around 19 inches or so, and that's gonna be nice to go ahead and store this guy. To do that, we just simply kind of pinch it. Now I will say getting it to be back in position a little bit harder. It can be nice to go ahead and kind of undo both elements. And then what ends up happening, I'm gonna give you guys a closer look here. This little bar right here kind of likes to get caught right before that first guy. So it can be nice to go ahead, push him out of the way and bring that all the way down. And that's gonna go ahead, of course, and allow you to get that shorter extension, as you guys can see, making this way easier to go ahead and actually store it inside of our campers or whatever else we might be having for ourselves. So like I said, just watch that little bar when you first starting to bring down your condensement. It's gonna make it way easier for ourselves, guys. Well, this is definitely gonna be nice. Like I said, I could see myself definitely using this. Gonna be nice to go ahead and pull this guy off of the fire, get it out of the way if we do have a flare up or anything like that, which is great. The one thing I'll say to it, it is metal, so this guy could start getting hot. Now with that extension, might not be so much of an issue. I definitely have to see it in action to go ahead and give you for sure 100% on it, but could never hurt to go ahead and grab yourself a pot holder. Some kind of other heat resistant element to get between your hand and the metal, of course, is gonna be excellent to make sure that we have no injuries while we are camping. Well guys, hopefully this is gonna be a great little way of just getting your food cooked wherever you might go. Of course, as long as you have a nice little fire with you as well. And guys, I think that about does it for our look at the Coghlans Deluxe broiler here today at etrailer.com. I'm Bobby, thank you for watching.